A pro-Palestinian rally is being held outside Parliament House as the Greens moved a motion in the Senate for the government to condemn Israel and call for an immediate ceasefire. Political correspondent Olivia Casely is there on the lawns of Parliament. Liv, they have made a number of demands. What are they?
Well, in the past couple of minutes, Kieran, we've seen probably 600 protesters walking up from the tent embassy where they've been engaged in a smoking ceremony, and they've now positioned themselves here outside Parliament House. And I can hear them chanting Albanese and Wong, blood on your hands. As you say, they've made a number of demands. So they'd like to see the conflict labelled a genocide, they'd like to see an immediate ceasefire, and they'd also like UNRWA funding restored. Well, remember there was a bit of controversy about this last week after it came to light, or allegations came to light, that some UNRWA members had been involved in the October 7 attacks by Hamas, rather. This led to Australia and a number of other like-minded countries pausing that funding while an investigation could be carried out. But this has also created a simultaneous concern about the humanitarian vacuum, because UNRWA is a key aid agency and was trying to help Gazans on the ground in the Middle East. This issue has spilled over into Parliament today. We've seen the Greens trying to suspend standing orders. Have a listen to what unfolded in the upper house earlier.
As a community, we want a ceasefire. We want peace and an end to the illegal occupation, and we expect the government to work to achieve this. We in the Greens will keep talking about Palestine no matter how uncomfortable it makes those in this place feel.
And Liv, there are concerns that traditionally Labor voters are turning away from the party over its response to the Middle East crisis.
Yeah, so even in the Senate yesterday, we heard Foreign Minister Penny Wong accusing Green Senator Mehreen Faruqi and the Greens really more generally, of trying to pick up votes. Speaking with Labor sources generally, they say that this isn't too much of a concern. They're more worried about social cohesion and the impact of the conflict in the Middle East on both the Palestinian and Jewish community here. But this is definitely generating a lot of political controversy. Trade Minister Don Farrell had this response to Senator Steele-John.
It's a deep regret that the government does not have partners in this effort, especially from the Greens, who are only looking for how they use this crisis to whip up votes. That's the reality. That is the reality.
And Opposition Leader Peter Dutton isn't happy either. He had this to say to the Greens in the House just moments ago.
It fails to mention the fact, Mr Speaker, that Hamas, its leaders, its operatives, its supporters in Hezbollah, in Iran, in Yemen and elsewhere, continue to call for repeats of the 7 October attacks. It shows the anti-Semitic approach of the Greens political party.
I've also spoken with Labor pollsters about whether the Greens have been successful in shaving votes off them, but they say not at this stage, but it's certainly something to watch out for. Kieran?
It is indeed, Olivia. Thank you.